It looks like that oil pan went to the strip club.
Yeah. Well, didn't want to unload it in the rain, but we got it unloaded. And she's blowed up. Now I'm gonna take the car, move it over by the Camaro, because I gotta get another vehicle in here, which you guys will see here later, and get to tearing this thing apart. Figured I'd put it in here tonight, let it dry off, and that way maybe tomorrow I can start tearing it apart and figure out what went wrong, what I need to improve, or if it was just because the motor had 230,000 miles on it and I never rebuilt it. And not sure if it just spun a bearing or what happened. So I'll get this thing moved over there, and I gotta go to work tonight, so won't get to it tonight, maybe tomorrow. All right, time has come. We're gonna tear this thing apart, figure out what went wrong and what needs changed. But first, I need to take this intake off because it has an LS3 style intake and heads on it. So I don't have another 6-liter laying around. The other one I have is right over here, which the crank's junk in it. But I do have this 5.3, which was out of the Camaro, that has bent rods in it. I have that motor right there, which is a 5.3, but it has this 5.3 has a bad block, but the rotating assembly is good. So more than likely I'm going to put a 5.3 in here. It depends how bad this motor is, which I can't use these heads or intake on a 5.3 because the valves will hit the cylinder walls. So I gotta see if I have a cathedral port intake to stick on it, which I have this one right here. Not sure if it'll clear everything or not, so I need to test fit that before I pull the motor out. If that intake doesn't work, I don't know if this one will work because it's pretty tall, but I have an LS1 intake around here somewhere. I might end up having to throw on it, but I'll try that first and then tear it apart and see what the damage is. Got the intake pulled off. Now try slapping this intake on here, see if it fits. If not, on to plan B. Alright, well, if it fits, forgot to start the GoPro on that clip, but anyway, it fits, it's on here. It's really dirty, but looks like there's plenty of room. Well, intake's on there, the hood closes. I might have to trim a little out of this brace right here because it touches it, and I don't know if the intake is just moving because it's not bolted down. Worst case scenario, gotta cut a little out of the hood. But at least I know the intake fits. So we can put a 5.3 in it. So I guess I'll start ripping the rest of the motor out. Well, we got the motor out. Time to stick it on a stand and start tearing it apart and see what all's messed up. Well, that was brand new before we went. Pretty black. Take the filter off, cut it apart. Probably just to pull the pan, actually. That'd be the faster analysis. If we just take the pan off.
See how many parts are in the bottom of it?
Yeah, it's got a hard spot in it.
Sideways.
Let's take guesses. How many bent rods? Well, that we can visually see without taking the heads off.
I'm gonna say 3.
I'm gonna say 2.
Hey, you're generous.
You can grab that. Yeah. Nice.
I like some good bearing material. It looks like that oil pan went to the strip club.
Yeah. Alright, it's the next day. Had to go and get an engine stand because that one's taken. So I went and had to go get another engine stand. And it's time to tear this thing apart, see what all went wrong. And judging by the pan, I think it just had a rod bearing failure. But I guess we'll see when we get it tore apart. Well, I think I found the first issue. Took this rod cap off. Bearing's not even in there. It's gone. I don't know where it went. I mean, I know where it went. It's in the pan, but I've never seen one just completely disintegrate. It's gone. Not even the cap or nothing. Kind of surprised by that. So I'm gonna pull this rod out and see what the other side looks like. Well, found the other side of the other bearing. They're both in the bottom half of the rod. So I'd say just this one rod bearing. So far, just this one rod bearing decided to go and didn't want to be there anymore. Alright, well, found out that this main bearing was the cause of all the issues. What happened was, ended up spinning this main. Obviously, yeah, I got the bearing out of there already. But yeah, it spun this main and starved the two rods. So basically this block's junk until it gets machine work. So I'm not going to be putting this one together. I will be putting together, I'm not really sure yet actually. I got a 5.3 over here torn apart in the stand that was out of that car, and everything in it looked pretty decent except for it had 8 bent rods. So I guess it'll be on a next episode of what we're doing. Actually, the next episode will be more than likely this truck, but we'll get more into that later. So if you guys could subscribe, like, share this video with anybody, try to get this channel to grow, and we'll see you later.